So today we got a new school owner. This is 2019 because a lot of y'all gonna see this video for years to come. Mr. Custom Cuts, aka Mont. I met him years ago at Bonner Brothers, but without further ado, Mont, I want you to share actually your journey from being a barber to us meeting to you becoming a school owner. Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alan Mont Evans, proud owner of Kustom Barber College, as well as Kustom Cuts and Style, located in Starksville, Mississippi. Been barbering since '93. Started cutting at an early age. I was 13 when I started cutting for free. You know, it was just always an honor and a privilege, man, to just really just cut at the age of 13. It's been a great journey for me. To say I started at an early age, and you know, it's basically was a passion for me. You know, just to cut for free, man. It's you know, it's gradually came from just loving what I do. So you know, it's quickly became my purpose and my passion, and later, you know, in life, it became my profession. So I love barbering. You know, barbering been that platform of everything that I has going on, and even with entrepreneurship, it been just a blessing to me. It'll take me from this time next year to even tell you my life story for barbering, but barbering since '93. Like I say, just opened up Kustom Barber College last year in October the 1st, and it's been a great journey. You know, as of right now, I couldn't have did it without my help, my mentor, Mr. Chen. Met this guy, man, years ago. Didn't even have the idea that I was gonna open up a school, but when I met him, how he handled himself and how he carried himself, you know, I just thought a lot of him, you know, and really were looking for mentors at the time. I met Chen, like I said, years ago. We did. I remember we going to a round table together with Curtis Smith, and I just always just kind of communicated with him. You know, very busy guy, very intelligent. I always call him a genius. You know, I talk about him all the time. I purchased his book back in the probably been 5 or 6 years ago. The Millionaire Barber. You know, I learned a lot from his book as well. If y'all guys haven't got that book, I suggest y'all the guys to get that book as well. So, you know, it's been a great journey, man. Me
When
and
did
Mr.
you
Chen.
start? No. When did you start thinking about that school, Mike? Because I remember back in the day, your cuts was like an artist. You know, it's like you painting on a canvas, like Picasso. So what transitioned you from even thinking wanting to get a school?
Well, honestly, Chen, I opened up Kustom Cuts and Style 2008, and man, you know, every barber that came into my shop, they were pretty much, and even just before I even got the shop, you know, the day I graduated barber school, it was the same day I opened up the shop. You know, and that just the same day I graduated barber college. That's the same day I opened up the barber shop. The very same day, and that had to been that's going to be June the 20th. That's the day I graduated. June the 20th was the day I opened up Kustom Cuts and Style. That was in '08. You know, man, really just coming from really like a high school dropout. It was a struggle for me because I had no more than 7th grade education. I dropped out in the early age. And I was working a full-time job. I was going to school to get my GED on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And when I finally got my GED, I quit my full-time job. I was still cutting. I quit my full-time job and went to school full-time barber school. And in barber school, I was just cutting just like I was in the barber shop. I didn't do a whole lot of class work. I had to do my class work when I get out of school because I had my clientele already pretty much built up. So when I was in barber school, man, I was just like in the barber shop. And really just, God really just preparing me for what's to come. And I tell my students now, you know, even though we have a lot of traffic, you know, that comes in and out, it just really just, it helped them a whole lot, because that's why they able to cut. I have students to get in our program, and they able to cut like in 2 to 3 months, never pick up a pair of clippers, you know. But you know that, and that's the jewel of Kustom Barber College. You know, we have a lot of traffic that comes in, and they pick up very, very fast. But you know, when we opened up back in 2008, man, everybody that came that wanted to rent a booth out, they were fresh out of school. And with them being fresh out of school, basically, to be honest with you, they cut the chase down. They really didn't know anything, you know. And I was more of the modern thing on what's going on. And some of the guys, they never even used a razor before, you know. So, you know, with them being a part of Kustom, you know, they had to have their custom look. So I didn't want them to be underneath my wings and they weren't doing the same thing that I was doing. So basically I had to teach them, you know. I had to teach them not only how to become a premier barber, but to become a professional barber, you know, because they were fresh out of school. And everybody that I had, it basically was fresh out of school. And I was like, Lord, can I get somebody with some experience that has already have their clientele built up, and you know, I don't have to really worry about all of this stuff. I can just continue to do me. But the little that I knew, that God really was preparing me for what I'm doing right now. Like I say, 90% of the barber that came into my shop, man, you know, they was fresh out of school, and they really, honestly, they didn't know a whole lot. But you know, things change. People, you know, they moves on, and you know, I create a culture where so that we's not blending in with everybody else. You know, I always wanted to stand out, because barbering is really changed my life, like as a whole, you know, and I'm serious about what I'm doing, you know, and I want to get those same type of peoples in the circle that's serious about, just as serious as I am, you know. So, you know, to answer your question, bro, I know I went around and said a whole lot of things. Like I said, it'll take you this time next year to really just to know my story. You know, you even told me about a book, that I need to write a book, but that's going to be in the future, man. And that's how I ended up really just starting Forest School, and how I opened up the school. Actually, the school and the barbershop is connected to one another, right? I don't think I even shared that with you, Chin, but the barbershop and the school is connected to one another. So this building next door came available for me, and it was just a grand opportunity that it was a no-brainer, you know. It was just enough of square footage where so I could open up a school. I had all the equipment. I got a lot of equipment already in storage from one of my other mentors and my partners, Mr. Elgin McFerrin, another great guy, a friend of mine. He has a great book as well, The Secret of a Six-Figure Barber. You can go purchase that book as well. But I got a lot of equipment back from him, like back in the day, just in case, because he saw a vision too. You know, he saw a vision of myself back in the day, and he had a lot of stuff in storage. So I got a lot of the stuff, and I put it in my store just in case. You know, so it's always good, man, to be prepared for an opportunity. You know, it's best to be prepared for an opportunity, so when the opportunity presents itself, you will be well equipped.
Now, so you got your license in when did you get your license?
I got my barber license. I obtained my barber license in 2008.
You started cutting hair though when?
1993. I was 13 years old when I started. Started with one pair of clippers and a screwdriver in Mama kitchen.
Okay. And when you opened that school, did you tell people you was gonna open a school?
Well, when I saw the vision, Chin, and a lot of things I learned to keep to myself. A lot of things you really just can't share your vision like I used to would have. You know, I learned over the years, a lot of time you really just can't, you gotta really just, when God gives you a vision, you gotta really just don't speak it until it being manifested. So I just kind of like reach out to some people like yourself, reach out to some, even out of respect, some of the people that I got my license underneath of, and ask them, you know, what did they think, even show them the building. And, you know, at that point, I know it was time for me to go ahead and start telling people about, you know, my vision.
So when you opened, how did you feel?
I was 100% confident because, like I say, it was already prepared for me. It was kind of laid out for me. To be honest with you, I didn't even have to do a whole lot of renovation. A lot of people think I had to just come in and spend yeah, it take money, but it was laid out for me, man, red carpet. I mean, I had my classroom set up, I had my office set up, and I didn't have to do a whole lot of renovation at all. I only did just probably like 30% of renovation, but that's God.
Right. There are a lot of barbers out there that are still cutting behind the chair. Did you foresee yourself working behind the chair, you know, all your life, the rest of your life, or how did you foresee yourself?
Well, you know, I tell people as a barber, man, you know, we don't cut to retire. We cut to relax, you know, and that saying is, you know, as we pay dues in anything that you are doing, you know, we self-employed, so you know we had to set ourselves up to, because barber become entrepreneurship, and that's one thing that we have in our program as well. And I speak with another mentor of mine, Mr. John J. Dillon, and he came up with this. Okay, I just had to decline a call here. You still with me, Chan?
Yes.
Yeah, we have this thing in our program as well, barberpreneurship. And barbering is nothing but entrepreneurship, basically. And after you worked behind the chair so long, man, if you're serious about what you are doing, it don't take a lifetime to really just to get it. You definitely don't want to be cutting behind the chair when you in your 40s and 50 years old, because you know it's a lot of wear and tear. So you know, yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot of wear and tear, and you don't want to, you know, you want to work smarter instead of harder, especially when you done paid your dues. You know, when the foundation been laid and your dues been paid, you know, it's time to really just sit back and relax after so long. So, and everybody don't have the vision. It's not for everybody. You know, everybody won't have a school. You know, everybody won't own their own barbershop, because opposition does come with it. You know, but it's all what you a person put into it. You know, if you don't put anything into it, man, you ain't gonna get anything out of it.
What would you say to these aspiring barbers, stylists, future school owners? They aspire to be a school owner where you at, because being a school owner is like a barber or hairstylist. You like a player in the league. A school owner, you become like a Jerry Jones or Robert Kraft. You go to this other league, this other level. So those that want to reach that level, what would you say to them? Because they're going to see this video, they're going to see my program, they're going to see a lot of stuff, and a lot of them are scratching their head and just wondering different things. So what would you say to them?
You can do it. And Chen, I really appreciate you, brother, for your time and your patience, for even just listening to me, you know, throughout this process. You know, it couldn't have been possible without your knowledge without your expertise, the things that you have given me, the material, it's been mind blowing. But I'm a believer in Christ as well as you. I can't tell nobody nothing that I haven't done. I'm saved, I'm sanctified, I'm filled with the Holy Ghost. I'm not perfect, but I'm faithful. And ever since I've been in the game, I've been faithful. You know, I have countless of clients, and people can tell you, you know, if you take care of people will take care of you. You know, put God first, you know, for and foremost. You know, if you put him first in your life, I mean, a lot of things is really just going to be played out for you. He going to put people in your path like yourself to help you with the process. You know, bless your money, you know. Don't just spend your money on things that has no values. You know, spend your money on things that have values. And I tell people, you know, I'd rather to have 90% blessed money than 100% cursed money. And what is I'm saying? Well, we as believers, you know, we have an obligation to do. And that obligation is to give God what he has given to you. And that's by paying your tithes and your offering. You know, he says, will a man rob God? And I'm not trying to preach anything like this, but like I tell people, I can't act like I'm doing this thing by myself. I can't act like that, you know, if it wasn't for you, it wouldn't have been possible. This thing is all God, you know. So I'm telling, you know, those that's on and that's listening to me right now, if you robbing God, if you want to open up a school and you're not being faithful for what God has planted you at, you might be working in somebody else's shop. Be loyal to that person. You know, act like that's is your shop. You know, so if you be faithful over a few things, God will make you greater over a whole lot of more other things. You know, and I'm just big on that. You know, I'm a country boy from Mississippi, and man, I'm just big on just loyalty, and just being faithful. And you be faithful, I'm just a believer that God will bless you with a whole lot of more. You know, so just going back to the 90% of the curse money, 100% curse money or 90% blessed money, I pay my tithes, I pay my offering, and everything that I has pertaining to the 90%, he blessed it. You know, I only just have a barbershop or have a barbershop and a barber school, but I also have rental property. You know, I've been having a car lot over 15 years. You know, I got cows. You know, I have a small farm. You know, I got multiple rental property.
That ain't no small farm. Tell them how many acres you got.
Well, I don't have, but I'm working on getting some more. But I have 40 right now. You know,
tell them again.
I have 40 right now.
40 acres.
Yeah, 40 acres and multiple rental properties. I mean, God been blessing me, man. And like I say, it's all him, you know, it's all him. And it wasn't for him, you know, I wouldn't be where I am today. So, you know, my advice to all the people that's trying to open up a school and trying to do these things, no, it's not easy, but yes, it is worth it, you know. But just be faithful for whatever you're doing right now. Just be faithful, man. Well, man, y'all just be faithful out there and just do what you're supposed to do. Take care of people. Take care of those people just like you would take care of your parents. Just like you would take care of your cousin or your brothers or your sisters. You know, you have to look at everybody like they are somebody. And he also said, what you did for the least of me, you done it for me. So these things like this, it's really like the simplest thing in life is really going to get you above and beyond the rest, because everybody is not doing it. You know, if you want to blend in with everybody else, what everybody else is doing. But if you want to stand out, you got to do what everybody is not doing.
Okay. What would you like to leave the viewers with? Because I'm putting this on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and everybody's gonna see it, and somebody's gonna be inspired, because there's somebody that's been scared to open a school, scared to go to that next level. Because a lot of barbers, I wouldn't say they get stuck, but I talked to a lot of barbers and stylists, and they say they've been doing the same thing for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years behind the chair. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you choose to do. But some of them, a lot of them are aspiring to go on and do great things like you've done and taking the leap.
Well, you definitely got to have some faith, man. I mean, faith and fear just don't mix. You know, it's just like water and oil. It just don't, two things, it just doesn't mix. You know, I mean, like I say, you have to step out on faith. You know, you just can't sit back, because it's just like when you stepped out on faith when you got your barber license, or when you got your stylist license, or cosmetology. You know, these things is it's all a faith move. You know, and once you does that, and you done did all the other things to stay faithful for what you are doing right now, you can't lose. You know, there's no way that you can lose. Yeah, you do your homework, you know, and like I said, God will put some people in your path, you know, but you gotta make that move. You gotta make that next step, you know, and you know, don't worry about what everything that I done for is like barbering. I was cutting in the county. They say, you better not move uptown, you know. If you listening to other people, you'll never get there. Trust me. They tell me I never go uptown. You got too much competition. But well, I didn't come up here to compete. I came up here to create. And I tell people, if you in the business to compete, you know, and I know a lot of things, a lot of businesses out there. I mean, they competing and you know, statistics will tell you to compete, but learn how to create. You know, if we learn how to create, we don't have to worry about chasing the competitors. You know, so everything that I have done, man, you know, people tell me it wasn't going to work. Don't go uptown. It wasn't going to work. Even when I did the car, just, you know, when I did my car line, it ain't going to work. There's too much going on. Even when I did the farm thing, I wouldn't do that. You know, I do this, I do that, you know, but if you listen to the people, most people that tell you don't do anything, those be the very same people that's not doing anything.
Right.
So don't let the negative overcome your positive thinking.
Okay. Now, as far as the paperwork that I've sent you and all that, what did you think about the paperwork?
Man, it was mind blowing. I mean, the paperwork that you giving me, I would have had no clue that I need that much paperwork. But you really know how much paperwork you give me? This man gave me about 5 books of paperwork. I never knew that I would even just need that type of paperwork, but it was very valuable information that I need. It cut down a lot of fee work, because I'm telling you, if you're trying to open up a school and you trying to go out and just pick people's brains and try to get nicks and picks of information, you're going to be very discouraged, you know, because you don't have people out there that really just share information like that. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, they just don't do it, you know. So, you know, with just meeting you, Chen, even back in the relationship that we had back in the day, we never just lost communication. You know, when I see you and you always ask me what was going to be my next step, and the things that you are doing, man, you know, it's got to be from God, man, because a lot of people is not doing it. You know, even now, a lot of people even just, you know, they look at my success rate for us, like the students and stuff like that. As of right now, the best is yet to come for me. I'm just getting started. But
you had your first graduate. How'd you feel about your first graduate?
Man, that first graduate, it was hard to hold back tears, bro. It was very emotional. I didn't think it was gonna get to that point, but just seeing the fruits of my labor, man, it was mind blowing. You know, just to see these kids, man, to where they start at, to where they are about to get out here in their careers, to really just to make $60,000-$70,000 fresh out of barber school. It's just amazing to me, because I'm just trying to be that person I wish I had. And God didn't want it to me to be for me to be that easy for me, because he wanted me to really just teach other people. So, you know, I embrace the challenges now, man, and now I'm really just numb the pain. But man, it was a great feeling, man. Once you get that first graduate, that's a day that you'll never forget.
And you changing people's lives. The school is more than just money. You become a doctor, a lawyer, a preacher, a motivational speaker. You get to impact people's lives so much.
Man, I'm telling you, it's amazing. I would have never thought that I would be where I am today. But the impact that you have, like, honestly, like, barbering and styling, period, is really just the cornerstone of our community anyway. But it's just another level when you become a school owner, you know. And like I say, you know, those it's some people's out there just watching this video, and you want to do it, man. Quit procrastinating, quit putting off today for tomorrow. Go out. Proper preparation prevent poor performance. Do what you're supposed to do. Step out there on faith and make your thing happen, man. You know, try to cut down on a lot of overheads. You know, if you can get to open up a school in the state of Mississippi, the only thing you need is 1,200 square feet. You don't need 3,500 square feet. Don't go out there getting these huge buildings, because you got to start off cash payment, okay? So start out small, you know, and be faithful for that. You know, I tell people, you know, and my tuition is not cheap, but I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. You know, I want to see the fruits of my labor. You know, I know my work. I know when these kids come out of school, they gonna be able to go anywhere in America. I ain't just talking about the U.S. They can go to Australia and cut, and they ain't gotta worry about nothing. They gonna eat. They gonna survive. So just give all that you have into those students and pour everything that you have into them, because I did it at the barbershop before I got to school. So, and God knew, he knew my intentions. You know, everybody ain't doing that. You know, most people that you go into a barbershop, they're not teaching you anything. You know, you pay boot rent, you pay your commission, and, you know, you get it how you live. But I was different, man. I mean, I taught everybody, and I usually go to, like, seminars and stuff like that. Say again?
Them students was going to school, paying their money, graduating, and going into your shop, and you retraining them, taking them back through school.
Man, it's
for free. You wasn't charging no way.
The people that came into school, your question, the people that was coming.
When you was in your barbershop, them students that graduated from other schools,
right?
They was coming in your shop. You was retraining them.
Retraining them all back over again. I mean, and it's facts. Say it again.
You didn't get paid for that retraining, did you? You was just
no, man. And a lot of people would have been biased to that. A lot of people, like I say, a lot of people doesn't do that. But, you know, I want to see everybody succeed. I don't want you to be up under my wings and you're not succeeding. How I look for an owner to be standing up busy all day, and the person next to him is not cutting nothing. You know, as long as you're trying to help yourself, you know, I don't have a choice but to help you, because I don't feel like you can hurt me. And I have talked to a lot of barbers and a lot of shop owners, and a lot of them say, man, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to teach them.
That's why you got a school and they don't, because by you planting those positive seeds, God gives the increase.
Right, absolutely.
He gives the blessings. So when you plant good seeds on good ground, fertile ground, that's the one that gives the blessings.
Man, you know what to say, man. I mean, and the devil have played with my mind before and say, man, I want, you know, don't give them everything. But it was just in me, man. I couldn't hold back no information. I let them know, I mean, everything that I know. And you got some shop owners out there, I mean, give it to them, man. I mean, they can't hurt you. You know, we're not exempt from trouble. I mean, and a lot of the people that I have taught and have grown and came up underneath my wing, it's just like it's been like this. Like it's like a sniper. You learn a sniper how to shoot, and once you learn how to shoot, he turn around and shoot you. It's been plenty of time, but God didn't promise us that the weapon wouldn't form. He promised us that the weapon wouldn't prosper. So we can't let one person stop us from helping another person. And I continue to give it to them. And it's been facts, man. Everybody that came underneath my wing, they have grown. They have came from, you come in the shop with zero clientele, but when they get ready to leave, they have way more than enough, and I even take off my plate to give, So more I gave, man, more God gave to me. And that's what got me in the position that I am in today.
All right. Well, anything you want to leave with the viewers?
Man, I just want to tell the viewers that watching this today, man, if you plan to open up a school up, first of all, pray about it, meditate on it, and make sure this is what you want to do. Because when you get in, man, you want to be all sold in. You don't want to you want to be that tree that's planted by the river, not to be removed. So, and what I mean about that, you don't want to do anything and start anything and stop. No, you're not going to make $1 million first start when you first start out. No, it's not going to boom when you first get in there. You got to do it like everything else. You got to build a solid foundation. You got to perseverance. It's gonna be some waves. It's gonna be some opposition, but you got to learn that opposition come opportunity. So if you stay with it and you keep at it, get with my man Chin, get some information, get somebody that have been seasonal in this industry that can give you information that is genuine, and skies can be the limit for you.
All right. Well, I thank you, Mont, and it felt really good when you opened your school. I'm proud of you, and you just getting started. Getting started.
Thank you.
And when I saw your first graduate on Instagram, I reposted that because I thought about my first graduate back in 1998. Right. You're going to have thousands of graduates, but you never forget that first one.
Right. Definitely, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the time and opportunity, man, to get with you on this live. And like I said, keep doing what you're doing, brother. And that's why God had put you in the position where you is today, man, because your genuine heart of reaching out, giving people this information, man, to get them out of really just poverty into a blessing. So I thank you, man.
All right, and we're gonna do some more lives.
Yeah, definitely.
Because people need to see you. Because when they see people like you, it validates everything. When a lot of people see me, I don't know what they're thinking in their head. But when they see other people, they'll, oh, okay, well maybe that is real. Well, maybe I can do it.
Well, I tell you, it ain't no game what you playing, man. It's real. It's real deal. And I can understand where a lot of people probably can come from, because you got a lot of scammers out here. You got a lot of people that doing ungenuine things, man. And we living in a cold world. But, people like yourself, man, keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. And like I say, he didn't promise us that the weapon won't form. He promised us that the weapon won't prosper. Anytime you helping other people's out, man, it's going to be like, and like I know, bro, it's going to be some heavy oppositions. Some opposition where you can be like, man, is it really worth it? These people ain't getting it. You trying to help people. You trying to lead them, but we just got to persevere. We got to keep going. It's just like Jesus' ministry, He was the same way. Don't care how good you try to be and how better leader you try to be, how a good mentor you try to be, you still going to have people to betray you. You still going to have people to not believe in you. I mean, look at Peter. Peter, he denied Jesus. Jesus told him, you was going to deny me 3 times. Peter said, not me. Mm-hmm. I'm your dude. Right? And it's the same way as I mean, it's the same way. And this Jesus, the man that knew no sin, never sinned. And look at Judas. These people had the best leader that they had in the world. You know, he was the GOAT. You know, he was the plug.
The plug, that's
you know?
right.
So, I mean, Judas, he denied him. You know, so it sold him out for 10 pieces of silver. You know, so we just got to continue to go on, man. If they did him like that, they're going to do us like that. They're going to do you like that. So you just got to continue to go on, man, and don't give up. And that's where you're going to be rewarded at. Thank you, bro, man. You know I love you, man. Ain't nothing but love.
You too, Mont. We'll talk.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.